What is going on, guys? So, this is hopefully going to be part one of the Orlando Jeep Wrangler build. I opened the package up, and this is way like, what's the word I'm looking for? I knew it was going to be difficult, but this is a totally new, ball game for me. Number one, I opened up the instruction manual, started looking through it, and there's really not like a detailed, worded step by step instructions. There's just a bunch of pictures and some do's and don'ts. Like in here in assembling. Let's turn you around here. Assembling the front drive shaft here. So it notes that right there after bearing blah blah blah, and then it says do not twist the screw too tight, which I can't stress enough in some of the other tutorials I've been doing for you guys. And over here, yeah, so it's just little tidbits of stuff that they point out. But yeah, that is the instructions on how to assemble the front drive shaft. One thing I will note that all this stuff over here is to scale. It's full size pictures of the stuff you will need. I noticed that because I opened up a bag A and I took out the axle shaft and started comparing it and stuff, because there's two of them in there, obviously, one for the front, one for the rear. I'm like, oh well, I don't know which one goes where, so I laid it up against there and boom, it is the actual size of that picture. So yeah, this is going to be pretty challenging, and these videos are probably going to be quite lengthy. Um, but anyway, I'm going to pause for a brief second for you guys and get more organized and set up for assembling this front axle, and we should dive into it. So be right back. Okay, guys. So as you can see, there is a bunch of freaking bags and parts here. They are all labeled. I opened up bag A already, and it tells you right up here in the corner which bag you will need. And then it lists all the parts that are in those bags, which are right there. And here's part of it too. So yeah. Now it looks like, sorry, we are going to need number one. And all these, I did unsnap them already. All these parts are labeled. As you can see, the number one right there. And then there is the label number for the part, which corresponds to that number right there. But then down here, there's another, oh no, those are the same number. Yep. So it labels right there the plastic rim that you, or plastic piece that you take the parts off of. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So this is pretty much like the scale models, glue together models that me and my dad used to do growing up. Just a little bit more technical as far as like moving parts and stuff, obviously. But yeah, so now it looks like we need number one, which is right there, which I have removed, and that is this guy right here. So that is going to go like this. And then we need the axle shaft, and the ring and pinion, which are ring and pinions right here, and the axle shaft, which is a smaller one right here. And then we need some bearings, which are going to be, and you know what? I almost wonder if every one of these pictures are to scale. It looks like they are. So that's kind of cool too. So all these pieces are to scale in the picture. So that's kind of cool. So that helps with lining stuff up and matching and finding the right parts. Like there is 2 different size bearings here. So it looks like I'm going to need these guys right here, 4 of them. It says right there, 4 times 4. And then 1 of those little rubber gaskets, which goes on to the ring gear right there in the differential. So yeah, I'm going to get the corresponding bearings out and the ring and pinion and the seal and some of those little C clips that go right there next to the ring gear. And yeah, we will move forward. So be right back. Hey guys, back again. So I just noticed that in the instructions, that ring gear or that little gasket is supposed to hold that little pin in there that goes in the ring gear. So that is these guys right here, not the little pin, not the C clips, but these little pins here. So that little guy there goes through. There's a little hole on there if it will focus. Come on, I'm trying to hold my, see that little, this is gonna be a struggle bus experience for me, trying to focus and show you guys what is all going on. So I hope you guys will be able to see that little hole right there. That is where the pin is going to go, as it shows right there in the picture. So I'm going to do that, slide it on the axle and put it in the corresponding hole, which is right there, and be right back. Okay guys, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but that pin is in there, and that was a struggle. I suggest going and finding a very good set of not pliers, but why can't I think of the word I'm looking for? So that is how that goes. Tweezers. Yes, find a very good set of tweezers because you will need them. This is very, very tiny, very, very intricate. So that is that. And now we shall move on to these little C-clips, which are right here. Again, pliers or tweezers. Bam. So yeah, I'll slide that on there in that little groove, and I will be right back. Okay guys, this is going to be a very interesting task trying to record all this stuff with you guys. But anyway, yes, I strongly recommend going out and getting a nice pair of tweezers because this stuff is really difficult. Getting this C-clip on here was pretty difficult too. So that's because I just don't have the proper tools. So yeah, they give you tools in the kit and supposedly that's all you'll need. I didn't really see any other specifications as to what tools they're telling you to use, but so what I did is I put the clip on here and kind of held it in place and squeezed it on there with my tweezers. So yeah, and now I got the bearings in there, which there are two sets. There's 4 of these big ones, and there are 6 of the 7 of the smaller ones. So the smaller ones go on the axle shaft, and then it just drops right in here like this. Bam, just like that. So yeah, now looking at the parts list, we are going to need a bunch of screws, and they have all the screw bags labeled right there that correspond with the number of screws on here. So we're going to need 4 of the 1003s, we'll say. So we'll go down here and find the 1003s, which are right there. So 4 of these guys, and then we are going to need 2 of the 1204s, 2 of the 1204s, which are right here. And we are going to need 2 of the 1205s. So this must be for this step, and these must be for this step, is what I'm assuming. So I will get 2 of the 1205s, which are right here. Boom. So we have, oh, and the ball, 6 of the balls, which are right there. This bag is not labeled, but they look like the ones I'm going to need. So yeah. So we need 6 of those, 4 of the 1003s, which are these, and yeah. So I will get those out, and it looks like where are the screws? So it looks like we need 2 of the 1204s for the differential cover. So I will get those out and be right back. Okay guys, I just noticed I forgot a step. So I have to assemble the pinion gear in there. So we need 2 more of these bearings, plus we need one of those gold pinions. So we'll get that. Slide this on right here. Oops. Kazam. That is kind of a tight fit. There is no C-clip that goes in there. And this guy's is going to fall. I can't even pick it up right now. Going to fall right down into there, like so. Oops. Oh, butterfingers. Butterfingers. I apologize, guys. This is my first experience on assembling one of these, so hopefully it's not too crazy for you. My fingers do not work like they used to. And that does not want to slide in there very easily. Okay, so that's where that goes. I'm going to snap that in there and be right back. Okay, got it in there, finally. So now we stick another bearing on the outside of it here, just like that. I have no idea what's going to hold that on there. So that is what it looks like, guys. Bam. Da-da-da. So now we can take this guy, make sure everything is lined up the way it's supposed to, and drop that right on there like that. Get those gears to line up. Oh, that's not the way it goes. It goes this way. Duh. Shazam. Boom. And now we take those little screws and we put one on the top and one on the bottom. Just like it says right there. Boom. So I will go ahead and do that and be right back. Okay guys, there we go. Look at that. I don't know if you can see those turning. Oh yeah, you can. Freaking sweet. Got some good spinach going on there. Spinach, haha. Little dad humor. So yeah, that is that pumpkin differential, whatever you guys want to call it. I like calling it a pumpkin. So yeah, that is all set and ready to go. So now the next step is moving on to, looks like we are going to move on to the axle shafts and the steering knuckles. So yeah, which are right here. I'm just making all kinds of noise. Which are right here. So we are going to need 5, which are these guys right here. 5. So we're going to need that guy. And we're going to need this guy. Just like that. And we are going to need this is really in depth. So these go right here. Just like that. There's going to be a little screw that goes down into there. Oh, shadows. Shadows are bad. Alright, so there's a little screw that is going to be going in right in between here. And that is going to be 1003. The 1003s. The 1004s. So yeah. Make sure that is all lining up right. That is really hard to see in there. So I'm going to go and do that. Put these on both ends. Line them up properly and be right back with you guys. Okay, those are all attached. Now you can see the screw that is in there. Boom. So yeah, now we are going to attach the, oh wait, there's 2 more screws that go here. So we'll put those in there a second. I strongly recommend not using the screwdriver given in the kit. Yeah, it's not magnetic for one, and if you get a magnetic one that I got, I'll leave the link in the description to the tool set I got off of Amazon, but it's magnetic, so it holds on to the screws pretty well. So yeah, for some reason it's just not focusing on my driver. There you go. So yeah, strongly recommend you getting a magnetic screw set. Just makes life so much easier. Careful not to over tighten. Get to my other screw. Come on, get on there. There we go. And this, guys, I'm using a PH00 for these screws. Seems to be working all right. Bam. All right, so now we got those on there. And now we can move on to the little ball. I think these are going to be for the suspension links to snap onto. So yeah. Bam. And they give you an Allen wrench in the kit. So I don't really know what size it's going to be. It looks like it could be a 1.3, but I'm not 100% sure. Nope, it is smaller. So we shall track down my 0.9, which is in my toolkit. Just fell out. So we'll try a 0.9. Bam! It is a 0.9 hex. Just like that. Boom. So now these go here. Just like that. And none of these holes have been threaded before, so you really don't have to thread backward to find that path, because there is no path. Just be careful not to over tighten, because then you will end up stripping out the hole. So just put light pressure and it should start and go right in there. Just like that. Oh, you guys can't even see that. Sorry. Just like that. Boom. There's number one. Now we have to get number two. Video is going to be so long, but whatever. Spend over an hour putting one stinking axle together. Craziness. But I feel it's going to be a good thing, because it just gets you that much more familiar with your RC. So yeah. Whoa. These parts are so tiny, guys. I hope I didn't just lose that one. And put that right there. Ta-da. That was actually my bearing that just fell out. There we go. Looking pretty stinking awesome. So now we are going to get the upper link. I think it's an upper link. Don't really know what those are going to be for, but we need part number. Oh, so that's that. So I believe we are going to need part number 2162, which is not the right one. No, it's going to be 20001 on 6. So that is going to be on your plastic set of, and there's 2 of them. And it doesn't matter which one you get because they're both exactly the same. So it's going to be these guys right here. So I'll get one of those and get that going and be right back. Okay, so there is the little piece that goes over top of the pinion sticking out of the front of the pumpkin here. And we are going to need screws, the 1205 screws. So go back to your pile of screws. 1205 screws right there. I cannot believe how intricate this stuff is. I mean, it's just so teeny. It's part of the reason why it takes so long to put together. Just because my fingers don't operate like they used to. My vision is not that of what it used to be. Switch back to my Phillips head. Guess that's all a part of getting old. Slap that down into there. Maybe. Let's thread it into the piece first. There we go. Now, just like that. Grab another one. And there we go, guys. And I will find that stupid bearing that I keep freaking dropping out of here. Put that back in there. Should just leave it out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it out. Because there's nothing to hold it in right now. And there's 8 of those little ones altogether, guys. I miscounted before. I had one hiding underneath a bag. So there's 8 of these little guys all together. And now, moving on. Make sure I did this right. Which it doesn't look like I did. No, I didn't, guys. It's supposed to go that way. So it's upside down. So I will flip that around and be right back. It specifies right there. See the difference in the angles here? Yeah, was not paying attention to that. So I will fix that and be right back. Okay, there we go. So you want, when putting this bracket on here, you want to make sure you pay attention to the angles on the drive shaft. It tells you right there which way they are supposed to go. If you can see that. See the arrows down there? So yeah, make note of that so you don't do what I just did. So that brings us through the first page minus the servo mount. I can quick do that here a second. Yeah, let me figure that out and I will be right back. Okay guys, so that was kind of dumb on my part, but whatever. So right here it says please select servo. Jeez, this lighting sucks. Come on. Please select servo installation location, axle or chassis. So this little guy here, if you want it mounted on the axle, will mount in place of this guy right there. If you want it mounted on the chassis, you will just do this later. You're only going to need, I believe, you're not even going to need that one. I haven't gone that far. I looked through the book and yeah, I will point that out on a later date. But if you want it mounted on the chassis, you don't need to do anything with the servo. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mount it on the chassis. So this is as far as I need to go on the first page. So now we can move up to here, guys, and start mounting the steering hubs and out axle, out shafts, and all that stuff. So yeah, I will get those parts around and be right back. All right, guys, so we are moving on to part 2 of the front axle. That is going to be the outer hub assembly. Again, I totally apologize for how long this video is. Hopefully you guys will bear with me here. This is my first build project. I might have to rethink on how I do this in the future because this is a pretty lengthy process for me. So yeah, I'm just going through breaking off all the parts I need. Again, it specifies all the parts needed on the side right here, and they are to scale. So yeah, that part 3 is actually for the rear drive shaft or drive axle. But yeah, so part 2 front axle, those are the parts you will need. So yeah. I think that's it. All right, so now we are going to take the steering knuckle, grab one of your bearings, stick it right in there. Oh, hello, screw. Get off. going to be difficult. It looks like you are. Am I doing something wrong? No. Okay. We'll try putting it in the front. Boom. Popped right in. Why didn't the back one pop in? Oh, that's because it's already on the axle shaft. So, I did notice this before, but I'm going to point it out. Those are for the half shafts, I think is what they're called. These guys here, they, in my kit, they are already assembled. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. So, actually, this one has to come back out because, no, don't. It can slide right in there like this. That is not wanting to go in. There it goes. It's kind of a tough. It's moving pretty good. Wow. That's a tough fit. I was wondering how that was going to stay in there, but now I know because that fits on there extremely tight. I hope I'm doing that right. Looks like I am. I don't know why that fit in there so tight. It doesn't seem to be binding. So, yeah. Make sure that thing is seated in there all the way. Which it's not. Okay, I'm going to figure this out and be right back. Okay guys, got it all set. I have no idea what was going on, but it seems to be working. So yeah, moving on to the next one. Got it snapped in there. So now we'll grab the next one. Slide it in there like so. Oh, wrong way. Boom. Well, that one went on a lot easier. These things are so small. So small. Wow. There we go. Bam. And does it spin? My fingers can't even grab it to spin it. Yep, it spins. freaking cool. Awesome. Get one of the tires out a second. Throw that on there just to see what it's going to do. Oh, there it goes. Nope. Wow. These things are so teeny. I don't even know if it's on there right. Oh yeah, it's turning. Cool. Sweet. Digging it. That's awesome. Okay, and it is telling me to put some of these in. So, some of these little balls, and that is an Allen, and that is going to be this little small guy, which is a 0.9 hex, and these are going to go like that. So teeny. Oh, whoa. Make sure not to over tighten. Bam. That stupid bearing keeps falling out, so I'm just going to keep it out for now. Dun, dun, dun. I never know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Getting kind of blurry over there. Bam. All right, there we go, guys. That is the front axle assembly. Pretty freaking cool. Okay guys, so there you have it, front axle assembly. That was an extremely long video. I actually had to go get a sweatshirt to put on because I got kind of cold in my basement. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, I apologize for being so long, but I will wrap this up and I will talk to you Sunday, tomorrow. So take it easy, guys. Hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified. Bye.